They say walls remember, that every object inside a house holds a frequency, a silent code that responds to everything that enters, including you. And sometimes something crosses the threshold that you didn't invite. A winged visitor, a tiny creature, a presence that seems accidental, but isn't. Because in this universe, in the game we call life, there are no accidents. Everything that enters your field is a messenger. Every form of life that appears before you carries a vibration that mirrors your own. It's not random, it's resonance. You see, ancient traditions knew this. They didn't see animals as intruders. They saw them as signs, reflections of the unseen world trying to speak to you. Before psychology existed, before algorithms predicted our behavior, nature already knew how to deliver messages to those who could listen. So when an animal enters your home, it's not bad luck. It's the universe saying, pay attention. Let's decode it together. Let's walk through the rooms of your soul and read what each creature is trying to tell you. The mouse. Shadows that whisper. When a mouse appears, it never walks alone. It comes dragging an echo, problems unattended, emotions swept under the rug. Mice are survivors of chaos. They live in the hidden, in the forgotten, in the cracks between what you show and what you suppress. If one scurries across your kitchen floor, ask yourself, what have I ignored? What leaks in my life have I refused to repair? Because the mouse doesn't come to scare you. It comes to reveal the invisible. Its arrival is not dirt. It's diagnosis. It's the simulation showing you the weak spot in your code. And if you fix it, peace returns. The bee, the sound of prosperity. When bees arrive, the air hums differently. It feels like gold vibrating in sound form. Bees are not pests, they are blessings with wings. In spiritual symbolism, bees are tied to Saint Rita, the patron of impossible causes. They appear when something that seemed lost finally begins to bloom. Their buzz carries the same frequency as abundance, the same vibration that runs through the heart of wealth itself. When you hear them, it means something beautiful is being built in silence. Your discipline, your devotion, your service, they are about to bear fruit. So don't kill them. Honor them. They are architects of miracles disguised as insects. The wasp, the frequency of worth. Now, wasps, they often make us nervous, and for a reason. They don't bring gentle lessons. They bring initiation. The wasp vibrates in the same frequency as money that demands self-respect. It arrives when the universe wants to test your boundaries. Are you valuing your time? Are you standing for your worth or settling for less than what your energy deserves? A wasp at your window is not punishment, it's training. It's the simulation sending you a mirror with wings saying, it's time to raise your price. It's time to honor your energy. Don't swat it away. Observe. What situation in your life currently stings but teaches you to grow stronger? The hummingbird, a flash of the divine. Then comes the hummingbird, the traveler between worlds. It moves faster than thought, feeding on sweetness, hovering in impossible stillness. When a hummingbird visits your home, it brings confirmation. It says, yes. Yes to your prayer. Yes to your transformation. Yes to life itself. These tiny messengers are carriers of joy in motion. They appear when your frequency aligns with hope. Their wings move 80 times per second, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. They whisper, "Don't give up now. The nectar you seek is already blooming." If you stand still, if you breathe deeply, you can almost feel it, the invisible agreement between your soul and the cosmos. The hummingbird is proof that magic still answers. The butterfly, death that becomes beauty. A butterfly entering your home is not a coincidence. It's transformation visiting you in color. It comes when an old cycle is dying and you're resisting the change. It lands softly on your window, as if to say, "You can stop fighting it. The old you has done its job." In ancient cultures, butterflies were seen as souls in transit, fragments of past lives returning to bless the new. Each flutter says, "You are evolving. You are shedding the past." Even if it hurts, even if it feels like loss, remember, the cocoon is not a prison, it's a womb. The butterfly is a graduation ceremony, disguised as a visitor. The termite, the hidden rot. Termites are silent architects of decay. They appear when something within your structure, emotional, physical, or spiritual, is no longer aligned with truth. They don't destroy to harm you. They reveal what's already been crumbling in secret. When termites show up, they ask, "What have you been pretending is stable? What foundations are you still defending even though they're hollow inside?" It could be a relationship, a belief, a career path, or even a version of yourself. Termites say, "Renovate, rebuild, release." They are not enemies, they are the inspectors of the soul. They warn, if you don't let go of what's decaying, life will do it for you. The ant, the code of labor. People panic when they see ants marching in. They grab poison, spray corners, close jars, but very few stop to listen. Ants represent the sacred algorithm of work, not the exhausting kind, but the creative one. They enter your space when the universe whispers, "Discipline will open your next door." Ants teach patience, order, cooperation. They remind you that wealth doesn't appear overnight. It accumulates through small, consistent acts of alignment. When they show up in your kitchen, it's not a curse, it's encouragement. They bring the energy of industriousness, of collective force. It's life saying, "Work now, the harvest is coming." If you understand that, their presence becomes holy. The cockroach, the warrior's shadow. We've been taught to scream at cockroaches, to fear them, despise them. But look closer. They've survived everything. Fire, flood, poison, even radiation. They're ancient symbols of endurance. When one crosses your path, it carries a brutal but necessary truth. You will have to be stronger than you think. A cockroach is not filth, it's resilience. It's life reminding you that the strongest souls often emerge from the darkest corners. If you're facing a storm, if you feel cornered, if everything seems to collapse and a cockroach appears, it's not irony, it's prophecy. It's saying you are harder to kill than you believe. And it's right. The cricket, the song of harmony. At night, when everything falls silent and a cricket starts to sing, don't be annoyed. That sound is not random. Crickets are natural tuners. They harmonize the frequency of your home, clearing invisible tension and bringing equilibrium between chaos and calm. They say, listen, adjust, breathe. If you've been anxious, their chirp is a reminder to realign your rhythm. It's your inner music returning. When you stop and really hear them, something shifts inside. The noise quiets, and your soul remembers what peace feels like. The fly, the messenger of cleansing. Flies appear when something needs to be purified. They're drawn to what is stagnant, food, energy, emotion. But instead of disgust, try gratitude. Flies are the universe's cleanup crew. They tell you, something here must be released. Maybe it's an argument that left residue. Maybe it's a memory that still hums low and heavy. Open the windows. Let light and air in. Clean, not from fear, but from awareness. A fly's buzz is an alarm clock for the soul, reminding you that your space reflects your vibration. And when you raise it, the flies will leave on their own. Now pause. Step back and think. Every creature you just met, from the mouse to the butterfly, is part of one same symphony. Each appears not by chance, but by synchronicity. Your home is not just walls and furniture. It's an interface, a portal where the physical meets the metaphysical. Animals enter that field when your soul calls them in, consciously or not, to deliver messages you weren't ready to hear in words. They come, they act, and when the lesson is integrated, they leave. Not 1 second before, not one after. So the question isn't, why did it come? The real question is, what part of you was calling it? And as that question echoes in the quiet of your home, the air shifts again. Something unseen prepares to arrive.
When the ancients spoke of omens, they weren't talking about superstition. They were describing a system, a sacred communication network woven into the simulation of life itself. Every wing, every crawl, every buzz is data, encoded, delivered, deciphered not by the mind, but by the soul. You see, animals are not random visitors. They are frequencies manifested in form. They appear where the field is open, where vibration and intention meet halfway. When one enters your home, it's not because the door was left open. It's because your energy was. The hidden algorithm of encounters. Science calls it coincidence. Mystics call it synchronicity. But it's the same thing viewed from two sides of the veil. Imagine reality as a web of signals, each emotion, thought, and action sending out an invisible pulse. The creatures you attract are not drawn to your food or your scent. They're drawn to your frequency. If fear is active, you'll summon beings that reflect it. Survivalists, scavengers, those that hide and adapt. If peace reigns, you'll call in pollinators, singers, builders, those that co-create harmony. It's an equation older than language itself. Your state of consciousness determines the messengers that visit your reality. The house as a mirror of the soul. Your home is not just architecture. It's an ecosystem of your vibration. Every wall absorbs your stories. Every object holds your mood. And animals, they're the sensors. They enter when something inside calls for attention, sometimes to warn, sometimes to bless, sometimes to remind you that you're not alone in this vast simulation. Because the game, the one you call life, constantly interacts with you. It mirrors, it tests, it teaches, and it often does so through the simplest forms. A bird that won't stop singing at your window, a cat that appears out of nowhere and stares as if it knows. It does know. The law of resonance. Every living being operates through frequency. Bees vibrate near 250 hertz, the same resonance linked to creativity and wealth. Cats purr between 20 and 140 hertz, frequencies that stimulate healing in human tissue. Crickets sing in harmonic ratios that mirror planetary sound waves. Coincidence? No. It's code. When these beings appear in your life, they are tuning forks, adjusting your field, aligning your rhythm back to the pattern of the cosmos. The ones you repel or fear show you what part of you resists integration. The ones you love remind you of what you already are. This is not fantasy. It's feedback. The mouse returns. If you've seen mice lately, look deeper. Are there conversations you've avoided? Are there responsibilities you keep pushing away? The mouse is a messenger of avoidance, but behind that message lies a gift, awareness. Because when you clean, when you organize, when you finally confront the hidden, your frequency changes. You clear space, and the game responds instantly. The mouse disappears, not because you killed it, but because you no longer need it. The bee and the hive within. If bees have surrounded your home, rejoice. It means productivity is about to increase, not just materially, but spiritually. The hive is a metaphor for consciousness. One purpose, many workers.
Every bee knows its role. No confusion, no ego. They operate like neurons in the brain of the divine. Their message? You are part of something bigger. When you collaborate, when you serve the collective, abundance multiplies. But if you disturb the hive, if greed, jealousy, or disconnection arise, their stain reminds you that creation requires harmony. They are teachers of sacred economics. Give, and you shall receive multiplied. The butterfly's second message. We talked about change, but the butterfly has more to say. You see, transformation doesn't always feel beautiful. Sometimes it looks like losing everything. Your job, your partner, your version of self that once felt safe. But the butterfly insists, death is just the skin of the next beginning. If one flies through your window, it's your higher self whispering, stop mourning the old world. It's already making room for the new. In that moment, you're not being tested, you're being born. The cockroach and the warrior archetype. No one likes to talk about them, but if you truly want to understand power, you must meet the cockroach without judgment. This creature carries a code of immortality. It survives radiation, fire, hunger. It outlives kings, empires, and civilizations. It arrives in your life when your strength must evolve from comfort to resilience. It doesn't come to disgust you. It comes to awaken the part of you that refuses to die. Every human being walking through darkness has a cockroach moment. When you hit the floor and realize that you will get up anyway. The cockroach is that voice inside that says, I'm still here. The ant
and the field of discipline. Ants are the embodiment of divine order in motion. They don't wander, they execute. They appear when your manifestation energy is scattered, when ideas float, but actions lag behind. Ants whisper, build, don't rush. Structure creates freedom. Every grain they carry is a reminder that progress is made atom by atom, choice by choice. They march not out of obedience, but trust, a kind of inner knowing that each effort feeds the hive of destiny. So, if they walk across your counter, remember, they're coding you with persistence. And persistence is the language of miracles. The fly and the law of purification. If flies swarm around you, don't curse them. They're mirrors for cluttered spaces and minds. Their buzz is the universe saying, something here must move. Flies show up when energy stagnates, after arguments, grief, or even silence filled with resentment. They hover around what we refuse to face. Their message is simple. Clean, release, let the air flow. Whether it's your desk, your thoughts, or your memories, clear them. Because abundance, joy, and love can't enter a room already occupied by ghosts of the past. The moment you cleanse, they vanish. The cricket's lullaby. And then there are nights when everything quiets and you hear that gentle, rhythmic song. A cricket hidden somewhere in the dark. It's not random. It's your home humming back to harmony. Crickets bring balance to electromagnetic chaos. Their sound calibrates human sleep cycles, synchronizes heart rhythms, and lowers anxiety. They are healers, disguised as tiny musicians. When they sing, listen. They're telling you that peace is still available. You just forgot how to hear it. The universal pattern. Every species that visits you, whether it crawls, buzzes, flies, or hums, plays a role in the feedback loop between your consciousness and the world. They are external manifestations of internal states. They appear not to disturb your life, but to translate it. And here lies the real secret. You are never a passive observer. You are the co-programmer of this simulation. Your thoughts, your words, your emotions, they code reality around you. Animals are the debug messages of that code. When something appears out of place, don't panic. Look closer. You're watching your own consciousness trying to speak to you through nature's alphabet.
What if I told you that the animals never really entered your home? What if they were always inside you? Every bee, every mouse, every hummingbird, mirrors of the frequencies you emit, reflections of your own consciousness trying to find a doorway back into awareness. Because here's the secret no one wants to hear. You are the house. You are the hive. You are the entire ecosystem dreaming itself alive. The mouse runs through your doubts. The ant marches across your routine. The butterfly dances in the space between your past and your becoming. And the wasp, that sharp vibration of truth, it's your inner voice, stinging you awake. Everything outside is the inside projected. Everything you call reality is the simulation rendering your vibration in visible form. The universe is not random, it's responsive. Every thought is a code. Every emotion, a signal. Every action, a command. You don't live in the universe lives in you. You are the player and the program, the observer and the observed. When a creature crosses your path, it's not entering your story, it's updating your script. It's the system whispering, you're ready for the next level. And that level begins with remembering who you are. A fragment of the origin testing itself in form. A spark of consciousness playing hide and seek through matter. A traveler who forgot they were infinite just to rediscover it through awe. The simulation of the living house. Look around. Your house breathes. The walls vibrate with your moods.
The objects you think are still are quietly vibrating in response to your frequency. When you feel lost, reality sends help in strange ways. Sometimes through a feather on your doorstep, sometimes through a dog that refuses to leave, sometimes through a line in a video like this one that somehow finds you at the perfect time. Coincidence? No. Calibration. Because the game doesn't punish you, it reflects you, and it keeps doing so until you finally listen. The language of the game. Everything speaks here, not in words, but in frequency. The bee hums abundance. The termite hums decay. The cricket hums peace. The fly hums urgency. And your soul hums truth. Every encounter is feedback from the simulation, testing whether you remember that you are the coder behind the code. That's why you're drawn to messages like this, because deep down, you know. You've always known. This isn't a lesson about insects or pets. It's a mirror held up to consciousness itself. The animals are the punctuation marks in the sentence of your awakening. They appear so you can read yourself. And the moment you do, they disappear because the message was received. When you begin to see, after this moment, you won't look at your home the same way again. You'll notice patterns, ants after doubt, butterflies after tears, bees after breakthroughs. You'll sense that you're being watched over, guided, mirrored, because you are. Always were. And when you finally understand this language, something extraordinary happens. You stop being a victim of the game and start playing it consciously. That's when the rules change. That's when synchronicities multiply. That's when you begin to hack the simulation. Hack the game, awaken the player. If this message stirred something in you, if you felt that electric resonance in your chest, that wasn't coincidence either. It means you're remembering. And this remembrance isn't just an idea. It's the start of a movement, a return to the origin. So if this truth resonates with your spirit, stay with us. Subscribe to this channel and keep decoding the game. Every new video is a new doorway. Every revelation is another password to unlock who you truly are. And if this one moved you, wait until the next one. It's not just content, it's initiation. It will shake your soul awake. Take action inside the simulation. Support this awakening. Give this message energy. Hit that like button, not as routine, but as ritual. Write in the comments, "It is done." Because when you declare it, the game hears you. If you want to go deeper, truly deeper, download the digital book, Hacking the Game. It's more than a book, it's a field manual for consciousness. You'll receive it directly to your inbox. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. And for those who feel called to be part of the front line of awakening, join our memberships. You'll access the next revelations before anyone else, unfiltered, uncut, and filled with codes that can shift your vibration in real time. Because the next level of the game isn't learned, it's lived. The ripple effect. Share this message. Let it travel. Let it reach the ones still sleeping, those who think life is random. Help them remember that every breath, every sound, every creature, every coincidence is a note in the symphony of awakening. Hype this video, not for vanity, but for vibration. Each view is another consciousness opening. Each share is another soul remembering. Explore our playlists. Each video is a new doorway inside the simulation. Every episode takes you closer to the origin, to the version of you that never forgot. The final revelation. The truth is not hidden. It's written in the movements of life all around you. The bee, the butterfly, the cricket,
They've been whispering it since the beginning. You were never separate. You were never small. You were never just a human inside a house. You are the field dreaming itself into being. You are the architect, the message, and the messenger. And this world, this entire living simulation, bends to the frequency of your awakening. The game doesn't end when you die. It ends when you wake up, when you remember, when you hack the game. And when that happens, you don't escape reality. You finally start to live it. So breathe. Look around your house again. Something is moving, softly, silently, reminding you that nothing here is random. The message has been delivered. Now it's your move. Write in the comments, "It is done." Because once you declare it, the game listens.